Assalamu alaikum all, welcome back to my channel. I pray that you are all in the best of health and iman. If you are new, welcome. My name is Nafisa. I make Islam and lifestyle videos, so if you're interested in that kind of content, then please don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and join our family. So inshallah, today I am sharing with you guys some self-care tips, you know, coming from a Muslimah, and I hope you guys really do enjoy this video. Inshallah, it's not going to be like your typical self-care things that you hear. I am going to try to marry this in with the sunnah as well, so I hope you guys enjoy it. And without further ado, let's jump straight into it. My first self-care tip is for you to take some time out to reflect on life and spend some time alone. It can get really distracting. I know a lot of us feel like we don't have enough time, but trust me, if you have 10 minutes to watch this video, you've got enough time to spend some quality time on your own in peace and quiet, right? So the Prophet ﷺ used to practice this all of the time, and we all know that it was in that position where he was in the cave alone that the angel Gabriel appeared to him and revealed to him some of the first verses of the Quran. So it's really important to have that me time. So go somewhere in nature. For me, I like going to places where there's some kind of greenery, somewhere where I can just hear the birds and have a little bit of a clean air to breathe. I know the air in London isn't all that clean, but I do try. Having said this, guys, do stay safe though, because nowadays, you know, if you go to somewhere where you're alone, you can be at risk, especially if you're a Muslimah. So please make sure you are safe. But it's important to have that time alone for you to think and reflect. Practicing this, guys, you will find will actually change a lot in your life and your perspective about life, because you will actually have time to think about the things that are important to you and to relax and to calm yourself down. So if you are feeling stressed, that is another great thing that you can do to de-stress and, you know, to really bring yourself back into a much more grounded state. My second self-care tip is to listen to your body. I think it's highly crucial for us to listen to our bodies, because if something is not right internally, our body has an amazing way of telling us that something isn't right. And for me, sometimes I feel like I'm such a workaholic that I keep pushing myself and I keep going. And I think the last 6 months I've learned that I have to listen to my body, and when my body says it's getting too much for me, I need to take a step back and find ways to de-stress and calm myself down. And one of the ways that I really like to do this is to sometimes just go for a walk. You will be surprised how much just going for a walk, and as I've said before, getting some fresh air would actually do for you. But again, listen to your body. If you feel like you're not getting enough sleep, if you feel like you're tired all the time, if you feel anxious all the time, you know your body will give you those symptoms. Listen to it and respond accordingly. My third self-care tip is consume what helps you to grow. You know, there is a saying in life that if you're not growing, then you're dying. Either one of the two is happening. Sometimes we feel like we're stagnant, and yes, we can be stagnant in certain things, but in certain things we're actually just falling. So try to make it a daily habit to consume the things that help you to grow. For me, that is learning about other things that I wouldn't normally be exposed to in my immediate circle. So trying to gain more knowledge, and reading is something that I have tried to do more of nowadays, just to expand my mind and to expand my understanding. And I always say this, that knowledge is power, guys, and it truly is, because you can't practice what you don't know. So it's really good to try and find some ways of extending your knowledge, whether it be knowledge about the deen or whether it be secular knowledge. I always encourage sisters especially to try and expand on their knowledge and try to learn more. I think as women in Islam, a lot of the time we rely on the men in our households to teach us what is and isn't meant to be, and it's about time we reclaim that right and know that it's not, yes, to some extent they have a duty to do that, but we have to go ourselves the extra miles to actually seek it. So seeking knowledge is an integral part of being a Muslim. So do try and make sure that you consume a lot of things that will help you to physically, mentally, and psychologically, spiritually, all the other leads, all the other ways that can help you to grow. The next self-care tip, you hear in all other self-care tips, but I could not take it out of this, because I have seen a massive improvement in my life when I started practicing this, and that is to exercise. Guys, exercise is not just for your body, it's not just for when you want to lose weight. exercise actually helps your mental health. And I didn't believe it to a certain extent when everyone else just say, oh, I just work out because it helps me feel good. It wasn't until I started working out consistently that I realized that it does have a massive impact on your mental health. You know, it helps you to feel better. You just feel a lot more energized. You feel a lot happier and more energized. You feel like you can get a lot more things done. You feel more productive. It's amazing the qualities and, you know, benefits that exercising actually brings into your life. So even if you're not trying to lose weight, try to exercise at least 3 times a week. And if you are consistent, you do it consistently for 6 weeks. Trust me, there is no way that you can tell me that you haven't seen a positive impact in your life. So exercising is a major part. I couldn't leave it out. It's super important. So please do try and make sure that you exercise. And the Prophet ﷺ did say that your body is one of the things that have a right over you. So therefore, it is our responsibility to make sure that we take care of this body that Allah has given us, because it is a trust. It is an amana, right? And so in taking care of our bodies, at the same time for us to take care of our minds, you know, you're kind of like, what's the saying, killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So go for it, exercise, enjoy it, and just make it a healthy part of your life. Okay, my next self-care tip is to filter your circle. Now what I mean by that is you might have to do a check of the people in your life, the impacts that they are having on you, and you might have to remove a few people. You might have to be brutal and remove some people. Of course, when it's your family, you can't be removing them like that, but that's a whole nother video. But I think you just need to take a good look at the people that you're surrounded with and think whether or not those people are really benefiting you, and if they're not, are they bringing you harm? And if they are bringing you harm, how much is that really affecting your life? Because I think we are social creatures as human beings, and if you're not careful, your circle, they can either take you up or bring you down. So you have to be very, very careful the people that you surround yourself with. For me, as I've gotten older, I've got less and less friends. Like, I can literally count my friends in one hand, literally. And those people are people that I'm really, really close to. When I was younger, it was all about having the most amount of friends, and now it's definitely quality over quantity. And I don't open myself up to people that I feel are not on the same or of a similar frequency to where I'm at, because I'm at a stage in my life where I want to grow. I'm not a stage in my life where I want people who are going to pull me down. So you're gonna have to take an account of the people around you, and you're just going to have to make a tough decision and decide whether or not they're benefiting you and what you're actually going to do about it. And guys, when you have positive people around you, even when you're in your lowest of low and you just can't handle it, just having those people around you makes you feel a lot better. So take an account of the people in your life and just think about the impacts that they are having in your life, because they might be one of the sources of your stresses. And again, you can't always remove everybody from your life, but sometimes if you can and you think that doing that will be best for you, then that is a decision that you will have to take. My final self-care tip is to let other people help. If you're very strong and independent mindset type of person, it's hard for you to let others in, and it's hard for you to let others help. But we all need each other's help at some point in life. We can't do it all on our own. There will be some times when you're gonna need someone else's help. And if help comes to you and someone offers it, or sometimes you really need help, ask. As hard as it might be, just ask. What's the worst that can happen? The person says no. You know, and then you haven't lost anything. You haven't gained, but you haven't lost anything either. So try and make sure that you do ask for help when you need help. It's really important, because someone else can come into the picture and they might see it from a different perspective than you see it, or they might be able to give you a tip or an advice that you hadn't actually thought about. You know, we're social creatures, as I've said before, and we're here to help one another, and that is what makes a great ummah, is that we are open to supporting and helping one another. So if you are in a difficult situation and you feel very lonely and you feel really on your own, don't be afraid to reach out to the people that you feel may be able to help you. And those, guys, were the 7 self-care tips that I have for you for this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you found some useful tips in there, make sure you share it with others, and may Allah reward you for doing that. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please leave me a comment in the comment section down below. Let's get chatting over there, and inshallah I will see you in my next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.